even for short fasts, like 20 to 24, I need some motivation. So for intermittent fasting motivation today, I listened to a podcast from Jen Stevens. I actually just bought a book from her called Fast, Feast, Repeat. I thought I knew a lot about intermittent fasting. Turns out I have more to learn. She does a podcast that I listen to on Spotify called Intermittent Fasting Stories. The one I listened to today was a recent one that she just uploaded on November 25th. She interviewed a pastor from Kansas named Jason Bocher, and there were lots of pearls of wisdom in this podcast. One of the things I really connected with was their talk on ranges of body weight. Jen asked him if he planned to do alternate day fasting, aka ADF, from here on out. And he said he did have a goal range in mind, a low weight and a high weight, but he'd listen to his body and adjust. Because perhaps the low end he chose is too low. And it made me think of my own goals. Initially, when I started in August, when I was 140.1, my goal was 120. But as I kept fasting and I saw the drops, I kept moving my goalpost lower. 115, 112, 110. Okay, I'll stop there. Then I hit 108, and I did not want to stop. This, my viewers, is disordered eating territory. I felt great at 115, terrific. And if truth be told, not so great at 112. I was starting to feel horrible at 110, and I felt like fainting at 108. It was time to stop extended fasting. But I am so afraid of weight gain. I think 115 is too big. But it's not. I'm still tiny at 115. But you know what? At 115, I can lift better. I have more energy. And Jen mentioned there will be a fluctuation in weight. At first, I told myself at the start of my weight loss journey that I would have a weight range. 119 would be my high, 115 would be my low. Looking back, this is probably when I should have stopped extended fasting and went right back to one meal a day. But I didn't. And if I am being honest, a voice in my head said, go lower. And Jen Stevens brought up a really great point in the podcast. She said, I don't want to be lean and miserable. Me too. I don't want to be lean and miserable. I want to be lean and happy. Ranging from 119 to 115, I'm still lean and stronger. And I was happy. So one of my goals is to see where my weight settles while on this carnivore fasting lifestyle. Not where I force it unnaturally and am white-knuckling it every day. I'm doing carnivore to get rid of my sugar addiction and plan to stay on carnivore for life. That will not change. As I do have a history of binge eating and I want to get rid of this sugar addiction, there is no moderation with sugar. If I don't ingest sugar, I don't binge. Just like an alcoholic cannot just have a bit of alcohol, I cannot have a bit of sugar. And I'm okay with that. Sugar does not serve me. It wrecks me physically and mentally. So don't feel sorry for me. I'm sure there are those out there who quit smoking but are tempted at times. They're stressed. Will smoking help them feel better? Sure, at that moment. But does it serve you? No. So for me, sugar does not serve me. It is off limits. Carnivore for life. As for fasting, I am doing fasting to maintain my weight and for health benefits. I just don't need to do long fasts. And I need to make myself not abuse fasting in order to reach such a low weight that I can barely function. With my Bacon Bowl challenge, I wanted to stick to that half pound of bacon, that 1 ounce of suet, 4 eggs, and a can of sardines. And after I finished my bowl, no more. I was done. No seconds. But on my third day, I was a little bit hungry. Not hangry, but I was hungrier than normal. Even though it wasn't an exercise day. Why? I still don't know. But I listened to my body, and I added an extra ounce of suet and 1 extra egg. And my eating window took a little bit longer. It took an hour and a half. I felt full, and I felt great. Perhaps 2 45-hour fasts with that 1 72-hour fast I had planned for maintenance was a way for me to stay at 108. But it was hard. And 108 is just not sustainable for me. It's too low for me. Perhaps with daily OMAD, my weight will settle at 115 or even a bit higher. Who knows? But I want to be happy and still lean. And I'm not ashamed to admit it, I still care about aesthetics. Jen Stevens also mentioned that you won't land at one weight and stay there. I admit, when I got to 108, I was so happy. I was happy as a clam, but then I'd see my weight fluctuate. 109 this day, back to 108, up 110, back to 108. And I'd be sad and want to fast more. No, there are going to be fluctuations. So, Jen Stevens says to her guest, Jason Bocher, that he was smart to listen to his body, to know when to fast, when not to fast, when to eat more, and when to eat less. So I am now listening to my body. Perhaps I'll gain even on this Bacon Bowl experiment. But it won't be the gain I had on carbs. In fact, that was one of my goals, to gain a little bit more weight. Although I had to force myself to accept that I had to gain weight. But I want to get to a higher weight in a controlled fashion, but stay lean. Body comp is way more important than weight. So instead of focusing on the scale, and I know in this segment I mentioned a lot of numbers, I'm still working on not being weight focused, but it's hard. So instead, again, of focusing on the scale, I should still see if I fit in my jeans. I bought a pair of size 2 Vera Wang jeans at the thrift store. You saw me in the pic at the beginning of the video. Will I fit into them tomorrow after my bacon experiment? Love those jeans. Bought them on Black Friday at a thrift store. We'll see. I was pretty sure I was a size 4. But my boyfriend insisted I was a size 2. I tried them on before the bacon experiment, and they fit perfect. Tried them on again today. They fit perfect. I'll try them on tomorrow morning after my bacon experiment and see if they still fit. And we shall see if this bacon one meal a day was a success. If it isn't, I still have other tools available. Maybe next time my food will be more protein-centered, moderate fat approach. Instead of high fat, maybe a slightly longer fast. Perhaps 36 hours. 45s might be hard, but maybe 36 won't be. I've never done a 36, so maybe that's my sweet spot. By the way, I will be starting a 45 starting Wednesday after my meal, just to reset before my next experiment. It's not for weight loss. I plan to video my 45 maybe every 3 to 5 hours, only because I'm at work and I won't be able to document every hour, and obviously not while I'm sleeping. I'll say how I feel, what zone I'm in per my fasting app. Okay, so stay till the end to see if the Bacon Bowl experiment has me fitting into my size 2 jeans. Talk to you later. Bye. This is my fasted workout today, December 2nd, 25 minutes. 1 arm swing, snatch, overhead lunge, 5 reps. And I keep doing that until 25 minutes is done.
Yes, we've learned from sources familiar with the discussions that the president has talked to aides and allies about potentially pardoning either his eldest children or some close confidants of his who would potentially have some legal implications. But this raises so many questions, because how do you necessarily preemptively pardon somebody? It's very difficult. You actually can't do that technically. So they would have to lay out, if this happened, what they are essentially saying they're going to be pardoning any members of the Trump family for, any members of the Trump legal team, for example. We know the New York Times is reporting that Rudy Giuliani had some discussions in the Oval Office with the president about this. Now, we should point out the president's personal attorney has denied that and said it's 100% false in a text message to NBC.
So I've decided to do a cleaner fast after reading Fast, Feast, Repeat. You may have seen in my other videos some of the tea that I was drinking. Some of those have natural flavors, and from her book, she says those could spike your insulin, and I don't want that. And there were some times when I would drink those teas and they'd make me feel a little jittery. I didn't know why. 0 calories, but perhaps they did spike my insulin, making my fasts harder. So I recommend getting this book, Fast, Feast, Repeat. Any questions you have, she answers them all. Something else I got, Clay Bright Sensitive Mineral Toothpaste. Why did I get it? Because toothpaste have flavorings, and I think that they may have been spiking my insulin with those pepperminty, minty flavors. So to err on the side of caution, I got this toothpaste that has no flavor. Well, okay, it sort of tastes like dirt, but you know what? I don't care. As long as I have a nice white smile, I'm okay. And the taste doesn't really, I don't hate it, I don't like it, and I don't feel jittery after using this. I got it on Vitacost.com, so if you're interested, yes, they are not paying me anything to say that. Just be warned, it does taste like dirt. And get this book. Highly recommend. Sizzling Welshire Farms bacon. And don't worry, I know that is just one egg. I have 4 more after it. And here is my lovely suet that I'm going to add to the bacon. I like my suet raw, but today I want to eat it crispy. So here is my finished product, my eggs, my sardines, bacon, and there's suet on this plate. So this is my final day of the Bacon Omad challenge. It is the morning after I finished my Bacon Omad Bowl challenge, and I'm about to see if I can still fit into my jeans. Let's take a look. Simply Vera. And what is the size? I already know the size, but just so you guys know what the size is. 2S. And I think that means too short because I am a shorty. So let's see if the Bacon Omad challenge I did the past 4 days made me too big to fit into these awesome jeans. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, so it looks like after my Bacon Bowl Omad challenge, I can still fit into my size 2 jeans. And let's see, does eating fat make you fat? And my abs are still nice and flat. So I am pretty happy. I look pretty much the same. But I feel more full and satisfied eating this way. Eating Omad and incorporating a lot more fat into my meals. So this Bacon Bowl Omad challenge just proved to me not to be scared of fattier cuts of meat, and also not to be scared to, you know, change the frequency of my fasting if I need to. Anyways, thanks for joining me. I will be doing my labs today, and I will update those results later because I'm probably not going to get them till most likely Friday or next week. But again, thanks for watching, and follow me when I do my next challenge. Okay.